Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny here. Talk some CFL Week 18 rapid fire style. Brought Nick Earl here from Earl Sports Bets and Terry Edelman along with us to talk some CFL as we have these last couple weeks. Rapid fire style, not a lot of games here. Only 3 games on this weekend between Friday and Saturday. Before we get into that, you guys are going to like, share, subscribe. Use the promo code below, ElliotNY20, when you're looking for both these handicappers. Premium plays, best bets. You got to go over to the website. That's where you get the good stuff, as I like to say. This promo code saves you money. These two guys make you some money. Let's get into this. Winnipeg and the Blue Bombers, -4.5. Totals at 50.5. Traveling to Hamilton and the Tiger Cats. Terry Edelman, you're going to take this game first. What are you saying about this one?
Now, this game here, we actually have a battle between two of the hottest teams in the CFL. And one of the teams here in Hamilton happens to be at the bottom of the East Division. But you wouldn't know it with how they played. They have won 4 games in a row. And then the game before that they lost was against this Winnipeg Blue Bombers team. In Winnipeg, the Ticats only lost by a field goal, and they were right in it for that whole game. This Winnipeg Blue Bombers team otherwise has been blowing teams away the last few weeks. I'm taking the home team here in the Hamilton Tiger Cats +4.5. I think they can keep this game close once again. They're fighting for their playoff lives. Right. I think Winnipeg could possibly underlook them a bit. I like the Ticats here +4.5.
I don't hate that. I mean, I don't hate the home dog. You know what I mean? And fighting for a playoff spot. In any sport, if you're going to give me that, I'm going to probably look at that. We're going to keep this moving here. Calgary and BC. BC, my Lions, the other ones, -7.5 at home. Totals at 53.5. Nick Earl, what do you think about this game here?
Yeah, we have the Lions as pretty big favorites in this game. I'm not really looking at their side in this one. If I did, I'd kind of look towards the dog getting the points in this game because I don't trust either defenses really, though. When you look at BC, the last few weeks, their defenses have not looked good. They give up 32 points to Hamilton, 33 to Toronto. So this team is kind of defensively. We saw this last year a little bit where they regressed and they gave up a lot of points towards the end of last year as well. And on the other side, Calgary is honestly probably the worst defense in all of the CFL. So I do think that this BC offense is going to be able to put up points on them as well. I like this game over the total. Over 53.5 is the way I would go in this spot. It's just 2 defenses that can't get a stop right now, and I think 2 offenses that can take advantage of that too. So I'm on the over here, over 53.5.
Over 53.5 from Nick Earl, Calgary, BC. We're going to keep you here, Nick Earl, and talk Saskatchewan and the Edmonton Elks. Saskatchewan -2.5, totals at 50.5. Before you leave us here, where are you going with this one?
Yeah, very similar to the last game. It's 2 defenses that I don't particularly trust. The Edmonton defense has regressed a little bit the last couple of weeks. Granted, they did play Winnipeg, but they give up 55 and 27 the last 2 weeks. On the flip side, Saskatchewan is still a team I'm not very high on. They did limit Ottawa to 16 points last week, but I'm not very high on Ottawa either. Other previous to that, 29, 26, 35. And I think this number of 50.5 is just too low in this spot. I do like this game up and over the total as well. It's most likely, I'm guessing, McLeod, Bethel Thompson and quarterback for Edmonton, which means they're going to throw the ball more than they do with Trey Ford, which means potential more incomplete passes, which can stop clocks and bigger plays and things along those lines. I do like this game over the total, over 50.5.
Quick question. Hard to not bet overs in the CFL?
Yeah. It's an offensive-driven league. I've got one under all year long, so it's over or nothing for me on most games.
Fair enough. We're going to stay in this game. Terry Edelman, you also have a play in this. On a side, though, what are your thoughts on this game? This is the standalone Saturday game, too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is the standalone Saturday game. Terry Edelman, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's weird. There's only 3 games this week.
Mm-hmm.
So we only have 3 games to break down here. And I like what Nick said about the overs. The CFL, the totals really should be a bit higher, I think, with how many overs we see. I think the books don't really adjust too much to the total. But looking here at this game, we've got 2 teams that over the last 2 weeks have kind of gone in different directions here. This Edmonton Elks team was riding on a high. They've been playing very well. Beat down Calgary 37-16. They had their bye week. And then the last 2 weeks, they've lost to Winnipeg in Edmonton. Last week, 55-27 loss for this Elks team. And they are looking a whole lot more like the Elks team that lost 7 games in a row to begin the season than they are that dominant Elks team that we saw for a brief 4 or 5 week period. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders team had a 7-game winless streak, 6 losses and a tie. And were looking like their season was completely over. And now they have won back-to-back games, 37-29 against Calgary, and then 29-16 last week against Ottawa. These two teams are going different directions here. Saskatchewan clinches a playoff spot with a win here. I like them to win this game. Take them on the point spread. I think the money line's -140, -150. So I'll go with the -2.5 here for the Rough Riders.
There you go. Saskatchewan -2.5 from Terry Edelman. Give you a quick little recap. Before I do, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Use the promo code below. Save your money. These two guys will make you money. It's that simple. PicksandParlays.net. Terry Edelman's first play. Hamilton at home, going for a playoff spot here, +4.5 from Terry Edelman. Nick Earl likes BC and the Calgary Stampede over 53.5. Those are your two Friday games. Now, these two knuckleheads both like the Saturday game in a different way. Saskatchewan Rough Riders -2.5, over 50.5 from Nick Earl. That's your CFL Week 18 breakdown. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Good luck unless you're against us. Go Tigers.